Hey guys, Kevin here. Today in the garage I have this old lawn tractor. I would like to take the engine off and make it electric. Hopefully not burn the place down in the process. See how it goes. This is the new project here. So let me get it off the trailer and I'll talk over it with you. So it's a Dr. Power wagon. It's kind of the lower end and older model, and it's missing quite a bit. There's like a riding thing, two different like buckets that go up here. I think it's got a replaced engine, and I don't have high hopes for the engine, but I have plans for that if it doesn't work. Before I even really clean it up or anything, I want to see if it's worth cleaning up. So it has no gas, which is a good thing, but it also has no oil, which is not a good thing. No matter what gear I put it in, this thing, like even if I put it in fourth, this thing just spins freely. Oh, maybe. Oh, no. Something caught. So we'll see what, that's nice. Got the starter spinning, but it doesn't engage. Couple smacks with the hammer, and I think it'll engage now. Here we go. This battery's not gonna like it. Neither are these wires, but I'll try it a few more times. I'm gonna keep messing with it and see if I can get it to turn over. If not, I'm gonna bring in a different engine and we'll slap it on there. It'll give it a little bit more power too. So we'll see what we can do. See if we can get a little bit better performance out of that starter. So let's try this really quick. Yeah, that worked. Until it didn't. Oh, did it go past it? What happened? Did it strip the starter? It might have stripped the starter. Let's see. Oh, it fucked the starter up. All right, it's the next day. Been working on it a little bit today. I got the just the gas tank back on. I filled it with gas. I put some oil in it. All right, I got it running, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to replace the engine anyway. So let's check it out. Let's see. If it'll run again. Do I have the key on? No, I have the key off. Won't run. I don't really want to mess with this engine anymore. Let's go ahead and check out the other option. It's a Briggs & Stratton 8 3/4 horsepower. Oh, 8 3/4 torque. All right, 8 3/4 foot-pounds of torque on this guy. Doesn't have a horsepower rating, but I think we might be able to get it to fit right there. Maybe with some modification. But I know this one runs, so I'm going to go ahead and go through it really quick and get a battery hooked up and get it running. Got it running on some starting fluid here. What I'm going to do is go ahead and start getting this, I'm going to start getting this ready. I don't need to be taking this apart yet, but I'm going to start getting this ready. I'm going to start getting the engine off, and I'm going to make sure that they'll work. I think they will. I don't see why it wouldn't. I think it's a lawnmower engine to begin with. I'm going to make it electric. I'm going to make it plug-in. And it's just going to be the easiest for me. I have these two Treadmill motors, 2 horsepower. I'm going to get it all wired up and test it and get a speed on it and see if they'll work for me. It doesn't have a speed rating. So I'm going to find out myself. And I'll show you when I plug it in, just in case it explodes. We'll be able to watch that together. All right, we're back. It's a new day. I got the potentiometers here, as I didn't know. I thought that little one, for some reason, was the main one here. which is not. I'm gonna get it wired up, then we'll be able to plug it in. Press this and it should turn power to it. Okay, it's got power. Now this all the way down. And up. Oh, I should probably give the switch power. Okay, power the switch. Turn this halfway like the instructions say. Power the switch. Nothing bad, no smells, no smoke. Turn it down. Okay, still nothing. All right, let's troubleshoot. It's not gonna work with my battery. So we pull this off, plug this in here. Turn this back on. Turn this all the way to the right. And then it starts turning. I think the battery was... It's really slow to get up to speed. I don't know if that has anything to do with this potentiometer or what, but I will look into that. I'm gonna put a sticker on here and see what the RPM is. All right, so I did a test off camera and it maxes out about 5,500 RPM. That should be plenty of speed for what I'm trying to use it for. So next step is to turn this off and unplug it. There's no smells, there's no smoke, so I'm assuming everything's good. Maybe I'll look up how to test it, and maybe it needs to be ran for a little bit longer. It looks like just an old brushed motor from a treadmill. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the wheelbarrow and get it in here and get a spot for it, and then that's it. I'm just gonna do that, and then we'll chop. All right, here it is, the old, what is it? The original Power Wagon, Dr. Power Wagon, powered wheelbarrow. It's missing quite a bit of stuff, but first things first, we need to get this engine off, this old one. Got it to run for a little bit, and it just runs like shit. And I don't really want to deal with it. Getting more towards electric for things that I don't use very often. So, like the weed eater and stuff, like a pressure washer. I don't want to fiddle with starting the engine when I only use it twice, maybe 3 times a year. I'm leaning more towards electric on that, and I think this will be a good starting. I don't have a battery knowledge or anything like that, nor do I have the batteries. I have all this stuff laying around. Pulled this out of a bin, found this at a garage sale years ago. Got this at a thrift store recently. So let's start by pulling this engine off and all the old wiring. We don't need it anymore. Got it all unbolted. Let's see if I can just pull it off here. There we go. Unbolted. The other positive with the electric motor is I can get rid of that centrifugal clutch down there, because the motor won't have power to it all the time, only when you press the throttle. So I just need to figure out how to mount that onto there. Definitely not made for it. I don't know. Nope, can't use that. That's a pretty... I didn't even really realize that didn't have any mounting. So I'm going to brainstorm and see what I can come up with to mount this. I got a sign bent at a 90 with a hole in it. That'll go like that. Now we just need to figure out how to mount. See these rubber... Well, that black thing on each end is a rubber isolator. I got a couple pieces of aluminum here. I'm going to get this set up on my mill over there and go ahead and cut both of these out to the same. And then I'll make some U-bolts to bolt it up, and I'll show you that when I get there. A street sign, bent it into a 90, drilled a hole. I showed you cutting them on the mill over there. I just cut it the same diameter, And then I totally ruined the mounts with my kind of half-assed U-bolts there. I didn't realize how it was going to bend it like that. So hopefully it still has, it seems like it's taken most of the dampening away. I did better on the bottom one. It has a lot better dampening, but I need to put one more support on this side. I'm going to bend up another piece of metal and put it on the other side. It all mounted up, got both supports on there. I think it'll be okay. Put the pulley on. We'll see how long that lasts. I didn't make a pin for it. Locating pin, whatever. I don't remember what that's called right now, but I did put a screw through there and it's on there. Got the pulley from my local thrift store for $3. I got this. It was as is for $60. I offered $40. So it ended up being like $46 after tax. And then I think I bought these two motors for $20 a couple years ago at a garage sale, and they came with the motor controller and instructions and everything. And then the signs I bought for the boat. I'm gonna try and get this belt ran. So we're gonna put it on there and see if that tensioner will hold it. I might need to get a new spring for it. It doesn't seem to have too much, as I can barely put any pressure on it. But we'll see if that's enough. I didn't even think to check the belt size, so I have a small issue. It's a little too short, just a little bit, but I have enough room to where I can take these bolts off, drill new mounting holes, and move the pulley back, I think enough to get it tight. So let's try that out. Okay, motor is on. I got the belt on. Hard to see, but the belt's on there. And one thing I'm noticing is that this pulley right here, it's pretty frozen. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. This one seems okay. And this one seems fine too, thankfully, because that goes into the axle. But yeah, let me go ahead and grab a wrench and get that taken off. So this bearing is seized. A couple squirts of PB Blaster. About 2 minutes of fidgeting with it. Good to go. Belt's installed. Pulley is now free. Obviously the belt's not tight enough, but that might have something to do with this. I might need to get a different spring on there. I'll see what I can find. Moved the spring to there for now. It was right here. I just put it over there. So now it's nice and tight. Shouldn't move too much on me. Let's get this powered up and do a test and see what it does. So one thing I didn't think about until just now was I hope this motor is spinning the right way. And if not, I hope that these gray wires can be just reversed, because it doesn't have on the instructions, it just has gray. So hopefully they can be reversed and it'll reverse the polarity and reverse the motor. But let's get this set up and we'll see. It might just be a reverse only thing and I might have just done a lot of work for nothing. All right, so my fear was correct. One, the tensioner's too tight, so it just slipped right off. But it's going the wrong way, and switching these gray wires didn't do anything. So now I have, if I put it in reverse, it'll go forward. But that's all I have. Do some research and see if I can somehow flip the polarity of this motor. If not, then I'll just have 4 reverse gears and 1 forward gear, I guess. I got the motor working, but it only works if in forward, because the motor runs backwards compared to not writing on that. So I'm going to post this and let you guys tell me how I can reverse this motor or if I should. But I'm going to move on. I'm going to print and design some housings for this stuff and route wires to the correct spots. And yeah, start getting the finish work kind of done. So let's go design something. Okay, the print failed. And that's a big one. So I don't really want to, I want to see if I can salvage it. Might have enough of it to do something with. I know I'm not going to waste all that, so we're definitely going to use it in one way or another. Let me get it all cleaned up and I will show you what it looks like. It turned out okay, so it doesn't look terrible. It'll be good for a lawn tractor. But I'm going to go ahead and get that on the wheelbarrow and show you what it looks like. Oh, this goes on top. All right, we're gonna put a quick paint job on this. I'm gonna give it a few coats of this, see how it looks. I decided to do a primer first. Got a couple coats on. Just a small paint booth that I made. This light is actually really warm, so that's the only reason it's really in here, is to keep the box warm. And then this light is really bright, obviously, so you can see the paint. I have a box fan behind there, and that's just a regular paint, or not paint filter, it's just a regular old house air filter, and it hasn't done any damage to the wall. Took the axle out of there, and I got it on the bench now. I checked it out with my bore scope there, and I kind of just checked in there, and it looks really good. So I'm not going to bother taking it apart like my original plan. I'm just going to fill it with some gear oil and call it a day. So let's just fill it up, and then I got this drying, so that'll be tomorrow probably. Those are black now. We're just gonna get this back in. I'm gonna fill this up and get it back in and call it good. That is plenty. We got the plug back in. I took the brake off, and it's actually got a little brake pad in here that when you pull on this lever, it pushes these two studs in there, pushes the brake pad forward. I don't think it's focusing very well, but only problem is one of them moves really well, and this one, that one's frozen. So I'm gonna grab a hammer, get that unfrozen. I got the box all mounted up, holes drilled where I want to put the wires through. Here's the motor wires, they go right there. This is all bolted in. Right now I am taking the power wire, or actually I'm cutting out this slot right here for my switch. So it'll fit there, it'll replace the key. Okay, here is the assembly for the throttle. It's gonna hold the potentiometer. It will control the potentiometer, the gear. So I'm going to get it all assembled and show you what it looks like. All right, so I printed this. It's there's the potentiometer right in there. And it's going to go, it's quite big. It's pretty big, but we're going to get the potentiometer, or we're going to get the slide right here. And that'll control the throttle. I just need to print some brackets to hold it, to mount it to the bar. Shouldn't be too difficult, and then I can take that off, run some wires, and then try it out. I didn't really account for the curve of the handlebar when I designed this, but it should work. Let's see, I gotta get this off really quick. All right, it's not one of my cleanest designs, and I'm gonna have to redo the clamp because it's just too in the way, unless you wanna hold it like this, which isn't terrible, but I would still like the clamp further up. It's pretty uncomfortable. It's got this big old like grip here. It works. Next thing, I'm gonna go ahead and get it wired up. All right, I got it all hooked up. I tried it with this switch and it's not working, which sucks because I tried it with this potentiometer and it does work. So the potentiometer I put in here, I never tested. Just came in a pack of 2. And this one either I broke while I was assembling, or it never worked. So I should have tested it first, but now I got to install this one. Gear is pressed onto that one, so let's take this apart and install that potentiometer there. Everything connected. I soldered these because I found out just messing around, I took all the wires off of it and it was going, and it started going at full throttle. Soldered those on so there's no chance of them falling off. And now it seems to be working. So like I said, it's a little uncomfortable. I'll have to redo it. But for now, you can at least get to it. Reverse to go forward. But it doesn't seem to have a problem. And it's got 4 reverse gears. I got the brake to work. I doubt it'll, I don't know if it'll overpower the engine though, or the motor. Oh, yeah, it was making the belt slip. I don't have much room. I'm gonna go get out here in the next day or so and try it out after I clean everything up. And okay, let's test it out. So we got it in reverse. Start pulling it nice and slow. Alright, so the jet ski weighs about 550 pounds, plus the trailer. Let's see if this can pull it. Oh, let's probably put it in first reverse here. Oh, it's not doing it. Nope, I didn't like it. Jet ski's heavy. Okay, so I might have been asking too much of it. The original capacity is only, it says somewhere, but I'm pretty sure the original capacity is only 500 pounds. And this weighs quite a bit more than that. This is a giant jet ski, so I think I'm asking too much of it. Okay, I think I was asking too much of it to try and pull that jet ski. But I also added 75 to 100 pounds of steel right there that I added to it for weight. And so it's got a lot to pull. But I just wanted to show you the wiring. I finished it up. I got the cover all on here and all the wiring all ran. This is the extension cord. Captain's inspecting right now. I'm happy with it. I don't think this is going to be useful for me. I needed it. I was going to use it to pull around the heavy boats and stuff, but it doesn't look like it's going to do that. So maybe I might get rid of it, but at first I'm going to put a barrel on it. A Barrow, whatever that is. Then maybe a flatbed, one or the other. Get that ready, get the wheels and get the tires all filled up and call it a done project. Maybe, yeah, this needs to be redone. It needs to be spring loaded somehow so it turns off when you let go of the throttle. You're trying to hold on, your instinct is to want to keep holding on and not let go and do that. Be nice to have it as a spring loaded throttle, which actually wouldn't be too difficult. Thanks for watching. That's it for this one. Follow along if you want to see more like this, and have a good one.